Hello everyone, how are you doing today? I hope you're doing very well. Early! Well, it's not that early, but it feels early because I'm out of coffee. Nobody thought to get coffee last night, and I'm sad, but it'll be okay. It's me again. I miss you. Hearts and kisses. Well, not like that because I'm married, but you can get a hug from my man if you don't mind him looking at you just like this. He's the love of my life. I've gone into programming and I'm really enjoying the process, and I'm currently decent at Bash, I believe. I'm not that proficient at it, but I can still do a few things. I do also know some Python, but honestly, using Python kind of just pisses me off, and my brain thinks it's way too easy. I don't know what that is. There's something wrong with me, that's all. And there's C and C++, and I think those are one of the more hardest of them. It's definitely the hardest of the ones I'm studying right now. And it might be the language I'm going to end up using the most because it's difficult and my brain likes that shit. It likes toxicity, and that's right up the alley. It's right up the alley. I would be hurt all the time, and it's going to be beautiful. I don't know. If it's not difficult and it doesn't take more time, my brain isn't interested in it. Even if it's failure, I don't understand why that is. Anyway, I never understood that about myself. I can't add or subtract numbers, but if it's money, I can do that math. I can't add or subtract, but I can do calculus and geometry without a blink of an eye. And then I'll forget how to do it like 2 minutes later, or even worse, someone will come and explain the entire formula for me, and I'll already have a way it works in my head for some reason. But as soon as someone explains how it's actually supposed to be done, I can't do it anymore because now I know the right way to do it. But I don't remember the right way to do it because I didn't do whatever. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know. It's just something wrong. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. So anyway, since November, after I started using the Linux distros, Arch and Linux Mint, because those are the first two I messed with. But during the time when I was stuck with that, well, I wouldn't say stuck with them. Those are just my choices. Like, people seem like they distro hop a lot. I've only been into this like 8-9 months. Well, no, I don't even think. But 8 months sounds about good. But I've just been enjoying learning different commands and such like that, and like going through and trying to unmess up my system. Oh yeah, by the way, it turns out that every time I restart my computer now, the readings for my CPU go to a completely different location for some reason, and then I have to go and do a whole grep in order to find out which folder it's in. And it's just like, are you serious right now? This is going to happen every time now. But at least I know how to find it, so that's a good thing. I don't know how to keep it from not doing that. Maybe I need to go back in the config again, but I didn't think so because I already fixed it the first time. I'm getting distracted. I'm sorry. I've been using different websites for learning too. I've been using a website called LabX, which I am not sponsored by. I am just gushing like a little girly, and that's for me doing courses and stuff. The courses on that website kind of teach you a few of the basics and then begin to challenge you. At the end of each lab, or what we will call a lesson or a session, you go ahead and do like the test at the end just to see what you learn, and then you might see what kind of answer you might come. It's kind of cool, but it's kind of weird at the same time, because like what normally it is like you do like a series of stuff or whatever, and then you come up to a challenge and you do a challenge, and then sometimes the challenge will have trick questions because you haven't learned what you learned, and then you'll be sitting there looking at it like, why would you put this here if I haven't learned it yet? And then it'll be the very next lesson, so you had to fail that challenge in order to get there. And it's just like, well, why would you challenge me to something I wouldn't know, knowing I'm here to learn it? But it's kind of cool because then it shows you, well, there's stuff you can do before you get there, and plus you can redo the labs as many times as you want to, so that's helpful. Another site I've been visiting recently is called Shortcut Foo, and that website is where I go to practice my keystrokes and all that, and it has a bunch of selections for different programs and languages you could choose from. Also not sponsored, but I do like the strokes practice and everything. Is keystrokes the right word, or is it sus? I don't think it matters either way. I also use a Vim tutorial in Vim just to piss myself off in case the coffee isn't doing the job, and sometimes it's boring and it takes forever and I want to find my PC till I realize total user error is typically line 15 in some practice scripts, especially line 15 if I'm using C. But Gwen, some of you might be asking, why don't you try boot.dev? It's like playing a game and learning code at the same time. It can be fun, and probably nowhere near as frustrated as coding the old-fashioned way. Well, actually, that's what I did. I went online and I non-Googled. That's Googling with any browser that isn't Google. Go ahead and steal that one, but say my name like it's Heisenberg when you do, okay? You're goddamn right. But I non-Google boot.dev. But I also know that the internet also has a plethora of treasure courses that I don't have to pay for. And I decided to look into that as well. Because boot.dev is like student loan money. It's like I inherited my parents' debt after they died money. It's rent money. It's I have to go to the hospital and they're forcing me to take the ambulance instead of letting me drive myself money. It's money. Because seeing that much at one time hurts my soul. Anyway, I decided that I was going to try a programming game, and I went for something that dealt with Vim key memorization. I don't know if that's the right term, but it's my term. And I decided to choose one that's called Vim Adventures. It's spelled like a Legend of Zelda over a platform. It's similar to a Link to the Past, is what it is. I don't know, you play the Square of the Shadows, or the Shadowy one as the game says. And it was cute. It was really cute. And it frustrated me to the point of burning the very last hair around the rim of my fucking asshole. Mind you, this is totally user error skill. But I don't care because I am the user and I have issues, and we all know this by now. We all recognize my brain was just playing the game and stuff, right? And at first it was simple. The invisible walls of the game were visible, so that was cool. Then I got to the ramps, and I had to go to the end of the line as far as I could. To go to the top, I used the little K to move up and down between the lines. No problem. Got to the island where the letters, collected EBW, and then later I got the big B and X, and then I reached the end of the demo, and I'm probably not using programming games to learn how to code. I'm sorry. I can't do it. Like, don't get me wrong. It was cute and a little fun, and the memorization is very much there. The skill is very much there. The invisible walls help to show which directions to move, and their restrictiveness are good, making you use the right keys over and over, and, you know, there's a lot of stuff that was put into thought into this, and someone was very careful and clear and wanted to make sure that the player was getting what information that it was cloaked in funness in it. Me, personally, I was extremely frustrated playing the game. Like, have you ever played Tomb Raider on a modern hardware and you realize the controls are cracked? And you have no idea how you played this when you were a kid when it first came out, and you realize that the video games from the older systems were actually way more complex and complicated to play, like on some dumb Super Monkey Ball on crack shit. Like, you didn't realize how much effort it actually took to play a game, and now you wonder if that's why you have carpal tunnel in your older age, not because you fucked with the phone. I'm just saying. That's how I felt the game. Also, I'm kind of dumb, so it's, once again, user skill error in this, okay? And honestly, I prefer doing it the LabX way. I don't know why, but writing out everything and having the little Labby AI, just having that thing tell me that I control S instead of right click save, and it didn't want to count it as results, and I was like, does it matter if I save it either way, motherfucker? Why are you doing this to me? But that's an easy bug to ignore if you just hit the recheck again. Other than that, it's not bad at all. And I also got some physical books going for, I think, C++. I'm also waiting for my CompTIA 2026 certification kit to come in as well, because I might as well lean into it, because I like doing things the hard way. At least that's what my mom and dad would say. Well, no, actually they said I was too hard-headed to learn how to read and I needed to fix my attitude. It turns out they were totally wrong about that. So, you know, having black parents is such a unique and inspiring experience, honestly. Like, they teach you the value of being very self-sufficient and independent, because figuring it out on your own problems is better than the alternative, because Lord, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear nothing. You can totally be different from me, though, and you will have a better chance than I did to actually benefit from this whole gaming and programs and mashing them together like the Monster Mash, but like it's a cool Monster Mash because we can actually see what the mash is. Did you realize that there's a whole song called the Monster Mash, but we never knew what the Monster Mash was? I don't know if it was a dance or people were getting cracked. Either way, happened. Anyway, I don't know. I'm just telling you about all these things because I figure if I'm going to go ahead and be learning, I'm sure there are people out there who would like to learn without feeling as though like there aren't other options out there. Maybe not technically the same, but at least I'm telling you some things. Like, I know that boot.dev is super popular to get sponsored by a lot of programmers on the YouTube platform, more than likely other places like Twitter and Twitch and stuff. I'm not on those. Like, I'm too old to be keeping up with you kids like that. Way too old. I don't like the social medias. I stopped using them like, oh god, when did I get rid of that? 2 years ago. I think I stopped using social media altogether 2 years ago, honestly, because it was getting to a point. Oh my god, my poor mouse. It was getting to a point, you know. I don't know, man. Like, it's up to you. I'm just giving you options, because these are the options I'm taking, because I'm poor and I work a 9 to 5, and college student loan money prices just get to me. And like, it's like, in this economy with these lack of overtime jobs, is just, if it was the 90s, I'd be like, oh, okay. But no, we're in the 2000s, absolutely not. Fun fact, actually, most jobs used to offer overtime after 8 hours of work, and then at some point in the early 2000s, wages changed, so jobs were like, I mean, you only get overtime after 40 hours a week. That's why that whole thing with the CEO of Papa John's was spinning off. It didn't help that he said the hard R's to the soft A either. But then, like, when everyone found out he was cutting people's hours just so he didn't have no, that was for medical shit, too. That was for medical shit, too. I stand corrected. But he did do something else with wages. It was cutting the full-time workers' hours down and shit like that, right? But normally companies don't like giving out overtime, because like, if you get that, then there's a bonus on your taxes for all the overtime you get, and then the job that you work for does not get that bonus money. I learned that from eavesdropping on a manager talking shit about another manager. And that's another thing that lives rent-free in my head. Okay, back to what I was saying, my bad. As I previously said, I use LabX, and I'm not sponsored. I use Shortcut Foo, not sponsored on that either. Use quite a number of things. Absolutely not sponsored, and definitely don't pay for it because it's there. But I hope to one day learn what I'm learning now to at least help contribute, or even in the future maybe help maintain some stuff on the distros, reading packages and stuff. Because honestly, all the distros do would help. You know, the world out here is just taking, but nobody really gives back. Like, you know how many people get on Reddit on the different distros like Arch or Artix or CashOS or anything, and they're mostly noobs, and they're just like, the maintainers should do this, and the maintainers should do that. The maintainers should make a better install system, because this one doesn't seem really good. And you know, I understand why people are like, RTFM. I totally get it, because it's just like, well, why don't you just go make one if you think this one doesn't work, and then give it to the developers, and then they'll implement it if it's good. Just don't do that AI vibe and shit and you're good. It just seems like it's to the point with society where it's like, when there's shit that's open and free, people take advantage. They'll take what they're getting, and then they have complaints about it because they don't have the skills. This is not the way, but that's just me whining. But LabX is a pretty cool site. All of the courses are open. You get about 3 VMs an hour a piece, or at least 3 courses daily. I don't know which one is this. I am actually using a one-time subscription, but I only had to pay like 1 year, which was like $99, and I think they have a higher tier for a 2-year plan, which is like $199, and I think that's the only things that they got right there, which is cool. Shortcut Foo, you could definitely like get a membership or something like that, and even create your own dojo, so you can make shortcuts for other people, and they could try to use it too, which would be really nice if people learned how to do that. And honestly, these two, their like plans are nowhere near as expensive as some other places. Not knocking those other places, but my wallet had a heart attack, you know, and she ain't recovered yet. I don't know, but you can do most of this for free without having to pay anything. Now, when it comes to certifications and stuff, I'm not sure, but I would guarantee you those websites that I told you about would definitely be able to lead you somewhere where you could possibly find what you're looking for. Now, as I said before, I'm signed up for the yearly classes with the LabX thing, and I probably am going to continue doing them for a while. And I also, as I mentioned before, got the CompTIA 2026 certification kit. I said that weird? The CompTIA 2026 certification kit. I got that coming. Pretty excited to start studying that stuff. I have no idea about, because I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm still learning though, but I still have no idea what I'm doing, but I don't know if learning the gamer way is the way to go for me personally, because my brain doesn't work that way. My brain, that compartment of gaming is only for Diablo 3. Fuck this Diablo 4 shit. I'm sorry, am I supposed to be supporting a game that makes me buy it just to get a new class every fucking year? What was the last thing I got? That Spirit Warrior thing? That was like $70, I think. Before they made, I don't know if that was before tiers or after tiers, but somewhere along the way there were tiers, my tiers, and then like terrors in the universe, because we're just going to use the entire vocabulary definition, right? I don't know. I just, Diablo 4 made me upset. Like, I liked it at first because it was a struggle. I appreciated that the game was a hard JRPG-esque kind of feel, right? Except I could still get somewhere. I could still at least kill the one monster in front of me. Lord forbid he have a fucking friend. But why do I have to pay like at the minimum $50 to play a new character that you all probably had on the back burner. Like, this is a brand new game. World of Warcraft wouldn't even do it, like, every year like this. World of Warcraft, like, it'd be, like, every couple or 3 or 4 years before they'd send out an expansion pack. And it was alright, but it was annoying. Like, it's different when you're actually adding on to the world versus, like, having a whole DLC and, like, 40% of the game is hidden until, like, you have this series of paywall. Like, how long is this gonna go on, Diablo 4? How long is this gonna go on? How long? Because all them classes you got is ass. Oh my god, that actually rhymed. All of this class is ass. And worst part. This is the thing that really gets to me, right? Which really killed it. Because I think Diablo 3 still does this. I haven't played Diablo 3 in a while. Actually, you know what? Me and my man, we need to have a Diablo 3 night. That's what we need to do. I need to get him to pick up that PlayStation with me, and we need to go to war in the dungeons once again. But what they got rid of in Diablo 4 is the weapons and armor upgrading. For tempering. What the fuck is tempering? I don't understand tempering. I don't know what tempering is, other than what it keeps glass in cars from breaking, and it's what Faye does to Kratos every time she calls him a good boy. He gives a happy little grunt every time she calls him a good boy. Which is really interesting that Kratos and the Weeping are like a couple, but it does make sense that they would have Loki together. But it's cute, but I'm getting off of Diablo 4 because that's just Diablo 4 gives me the same feelings as Final Fantasy 13. I just feel stupid for not being able to utilize my brain at this point to switch to regular person mode and play programming games like everybody else does. Then again, I think I've had this issue before with a mom who turns into an octopus, and then at the end is just like, I can't do all this by myself, I only have so many hands. And it's like, but bitch, you have 8. And why are you taking on so many more tasks just because you got 8 more arms? That doesn't make any sense. How would you be paying attention to everything you're doing? I don't really remember much about it, but it's like, anyway, that's my little video about what I did. It's not bad. I was just showing off some things that I know. I don't know if you guys are interested in any of this. It sticks to the boot.dev if that's already what you're doing, or if that's what you're interested in. I'm not trying to dissuade you from doing anything like that, because to me they actually are pretty decent games. To me it's actually pretty decent. I think that you could have a lot of fun with the stuff on boot.dev and other programs like the Vim Adventures and all that and such. I think a lot of it you can really come across and understand what you're doing through the games, but that's not my brain. My brain doesn't work like that. So if you want to try those things out, you can. But for those of you with a brain like me, who it just doesn't make any fucking sense, and it actually made it way harder because I knew what keys I know, but I couldn't use them yet because I hadn't collected that one. So like the muscle memory I already developed was argued with the cognitive knowing that I couldn't do this yet. and it took me forever to figure out, like, why can't I do this? And it's just like, because I don't have that key. It's like, nothing here told me I needed the key yet. Okay, I gotta keep searching. And then, like, I don't know. It's user skill error. That's what it is. It's user skill. So that's my issue. But feel free to look at these different options in case you are interested, because, you know, you don't know if you want to do programming and learning the code until you actually, like, try something to do it, or read a book, or listen to some 7-hour seminar on YouTube, like Macer's stuff. He's pretty cool. I think that's it. So that was my little tryout of a Vim game, Vim Adventures. It's actually a lot of fun, and I don't think it's that expensive either. I think it's like, if you want to buy the game and the license, it's like, I think at most $5. I really don't remember. I know I recorded it down when I went to the thing to show you all. It's somewhere. But you guys, tell me what you think of it. If you try the other options I gave you, like, let me know, because, like, I don't know if people know about these or not, because I just went non-Googling for, because I never use Google anymore. That's all I have for you guys for this one, because, like, I just want to make something short. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day, and, you know, go away.